Hello, Spiritual Collective. So, let's get started with the read tonight. What messages the universe, the spirits have for us, for our highest soul's evolution. Universe, spirit guides, gods, goddesses, angels, demons, spirits above, below, and in between. What messages do you have for us on this night, for our highest soul evolution in the next coming days? So let me name it. Okay. Quite a bit here. We have, okay, is this all, that's a lot. Okay, we have a stack. We have some stacks here. Okay. We have the moon. We have the Four of Cups. And that's upside down. I don't know if this is coming towards you, or if it, like, not coming towards you, but like if it's being like projected upon you, or if you need to look in. This may be some inner reflection, actually. You may be coming out of Four of Cups or experiencing a more negative feeling of the Four of Cups. This will be expanded out a little more as I go, okay? These are just the first two cards. Definitely a need to kind of let go here. Oh, wow. The Page of Swords. That's interesting. This is a whole stack, okay? Starting with the Page of Swords. We got the Page of Swords. Definitely some ideas that are really helping you take off. You're being inspired. There is an element of faith here with the tight walking here. There also may be some skill, some help. There's some help from the other side. You're also able to handle many things at once and still remain focused. There's a lightheartedness about this as well. Maybe some multitasking. I'm getting this as an energy, not so much as a person. Okay, we have the Knight of Wands, and then we have this energy coupled with the Knight of Wands. Yeah, this is like some passion, some movement, some like, yeah, but it's stable and it's like grounded, but it's like, yeah, she's drumming. You got the horse, beautiful horse in the back. Like, wow, that's beautiful. You may like, I was like want and would. You might want to try drumming. Or if you don't have a drum, like drum on something, you know, you can like find something that can act as a drum that's not a drum, right? Something about the rhythm. The rhythm, the drum beat kind of, it simulates a heartbeat, right? It has that rhythm of the heart. Like, again, you have different rhythms, but again, breath, breathing, and then you have, which, you know, if you do both, you can really get into trance-like state. So there's like this trance-like state, but it's like a fiery, passionate one with moving and dancing, like really rhythmic music. Maybe even if you don't drum, maybe getting some like some tribal beats or some drum music and really getting in that raw emotion, like of feeling of passion, of really moving. That could be really good for you. It's really interesting because you could like this kind of airy feel here, airy kind of like letting go, but still being kind of able to stay focused in a weird way. And then like this like really intense like movement and passion. Okay. Now it's like you're moving forward here. The Fool. This is all in the same stack. The Fool. Moving forward. And you know, I kind of get like that feel with this Page of Swords almost. You know, there's like this like interesting like feel to this card that kind of feels full, like in a way, in a different way. And then you did get the Fool, or we got the Fool, right? So yeah, it's this very new inspirational beginning. Oh, she's holding a crystal. Oh, and she's got like this. Ah, okay, that's interesting. So there's the cliff, and here's a stick, right, that she's holding. And she has a crystal here. And here's like a little cliff, two cliffs, and there's like that stick right there that she's walking across. Very interesting. There's definitely like some putting yourself out there and like working with this new energy. Okay. Okay, then the last card is the Nine of Swords. Ugh. Okay. Which reminds me of the Four of Cups up here, like the kind of like, but worse with the Nine of Swords. Like you have this carefree energy and this like really passionate energy, and then at the end, like, and then you have this. Interesting. There's a swarm of like ravens and crows, and then there's like a white outline of a bird. It's like, is that like a spirit bird? There's definitely like some aurora borealis type of like sky light here that this like outline of this spirit bird is coming through. Maybe there's something here like getting you out of this muck. Getting you out of like spirit is like don't ignore this. Don't ignore this bowl over here, this chalice over here, what you have coming, or what you have in general, this beautiful bowl here. There's empty bowls, but this one that you're not looking at that's being handed to you, it's basically in your hands, but you're not really looking at it. So being grateful for what you have, I'm also getting, like, you really need to acknowledge what you have. Like, yeah, I understand it's easy to, like, look at the things that you don't have, but there's some things that you do have that you could really focus on. Even if you're going through a rough time, there's something that you have that you could really focus on and be really looking at that as a positive in your life. Because there is this spirit bird coming in from the ethers and like kind of, now, you know, I love me some crows and ravens, but I think in this deck they're kind of more as like more representing of difficult energy. Because they do have like some black energy, and then this white one is coming in. It's like a spirit crow or spirit raven. I'm just getting like there's something coming in, like you're not seeing, and like there's hope. I don't know. I mean, maybe that's not like the traditional way of looking at it, but I feel like, yeah, you have been weighed down by thoughts that have really doubts. Okay. You have all this inspiration, and there's like this, oh, whoa. Okay, no, that wasn't in the stack. That I picked up a card, it was on the ground. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. Okay. It does play hand. Okay, so you've been feeling like got all this inspiration and all this new beginning, and then, but you have like these thoughts that still weigh you down, but you need to pay attention to something that's coming in that's positive. That's very important. And of course, the card that I picked up without thinking about it, that was on the ground, was the Four of Swords. Yeah. So you need to rest. You need to take a rest. And really sometimes this reminds me, because it has the heart here and it has three little tusks here, like coming out. Like, what are they? I mean, I'm assuming they're like branches. They're branches. And the rope is tied to them, and it's connected to the heart. It feels like the three of... Why does this feel like the three of swords? But it's not. But it's coming through. The Three of Swords is coming through. But I'm getting that you need to take a rest from this Three of Swords. There was something that was heartbreaking that's tied to these thoughts that you're having. that enables you to really look at the good in your life. It's like sometimes you really are able to like really find, but you're not embracing it as much as you could, because there's something here that keeps you tied down to like that energy of feeling like it's never gonna happen. You're wasting your time. You're things won't work out, or just a lot of negative self-doubt, bad talk, and it keeps you in a place where you're not moving forward, where you're just kind of like, life, understandably, it happens. And this could even be a situation you're in where you're looking at all the negative stuff, and it's just kind of racking your mind a little bit. But you need to let go of that. You need to take a rest. You need to nest yourself up, and you're taking a rest, and part of this rest is from this Three of Swords thing that happened. Okay? The Ace of Pentacles. And this was like on the side. So this was like on its side, but it was face down. So there is something coming through, but because you're kind of like you're finding it hard to really trust or be yourself. Like, it's there, and it's definitely time. It's time to take that step to be more you. I don't care if you have to, like, 5 minutes of just random dancing, do it. Something like that. 5 minutes of drumming. Something. 5 minutes of just whatever it is you do, okay? You need to do that because you need to free yourself up of something. And then you need to rest. You need to take your mind away from you need to be more inspired and then less weighed down by the negative thoughts, okay? But yeah, there is something coming in. There is something being offered to you by the universe that you're not seeing, which can make this be either or, in limbo. It's being handed to you. Again, with this bowl being handed to you, with this bird flying in, the spirit bird, being handed to you, but you're not really yet really willing to receive it, or in a place where you can receive it. You have to free yourself. You have to free yourself, and you're going to have to go deep. You may need to do some dream exploration. Really pay attention to your dreams. Do some lunar magic. Get in touch with your wild self, I'm getting in touch with like your wild self here with the wolves and the moon, but also the pull and gravity of yourself, really going deep within. And some people are really uncomfortable with that, and I feel like if you're here, you're not. That's what you need to do, but you don't need to stay there. You need to go deep within, do the meditation, do the deep dream work, like do the analysis, and then just do something, moving, putting yourself out there, taking the steps towards inspiration, but also just things that you enjoy doing. Spicing up your life is very important. Definitely you should spice up your life. Yeah. Hey, we all get in the rut, because I feel like sometimes it's kind of like a rut card too. Get in the rut of things zapping the life out of you, your life zapping the life out of people, Be the hunter, not the hunted. Okay, so you need to be a little more assertive. You need to be the one that's looking for things. You need to be the one that's putting yourself out there. You don't need to be an aggressive asshole, right? But don't be hunted. Definitely don't be hunted. And pursue life, okay? Pursue the things that you want with clarity. Don't be afraid of being seen as a villain, even though you're not. You may be perceived that way. Don't worry about it. Who cares what they think of you? New birth, guarded vigilantly. Yeah, there's something new definitely coming in. and it's beautiful, but you need to guard it. You don't need to be telling everybody, oh, guess what I want to do and what I'm thinking about doing. Isn't that, no. Releasing allegiances. Yes, you need to release things. You need to release people who are negative influence in your life or just holding you back in some way. And you'll know who this is. Like, you know who these people are. But also just kind of releasing the tether of how much importance you place in your life. Like, these people that bother you, these people that are, you know, whatever it is, how much important, or this thing, how much importance are you putting it in your life, and how much importance does it really need in your life, right? Why are you putting it, why are you giving it so much importance? Come to life. Yeah, you need to bring something to life, possibly some artwork, something creative, but you're also bringing yourself to life. Look at that, painting yourself. You're bringing yourself to life. You're bringing color into your life. You're bringing passion into your life. Much needed passion. And this is just a passion for life, the things that you want to do. It's definitely something that you love doing, that you need to do more of. Heaven sense. Do some meditation. Also clear the mind. Get in a peaceful state. You will need, so you'll embrace these times of like movement and just exuberance and just really enjoying your life. And then you'll take time for that peace of mind, that clearing your mind and letting the light in, letting communications in, really receiving a lot of information. I would say really pay attention to your dreams. It's going to be very important. You definitely, yeah, you're bringing yourself to life, and you do have spiritual support helping you in this endeavor. And there's a lot of transformation coming, a lot of transformation. What do you feel? Yeah, you may feel confused. There's a lot of things that you're confused about, and this could also be aiding in this a little bit. This is a little heavier, but there is some confusion here, and it's, what do you feel? It's like how you feel about like certain things that are going on in your life. Are they related? But they're probably different. Are they the same? How were they related? There's something about that too, which is interesting. But there's juggling as well, like weighing your options. But like, there's also like, there's a mixture of things here. Is she wearing a tie? One second. Again, with this work coming in, obligations from work, and you're again weighing options. Maybe you're thinking about, you know, axing the place you work. That'd be nice. Not saying everyone should, probably not, but think about mentally separating from this place that's being toxic. And it doesn't have to be work, it can be obligations, right? And if you're in a place where you can, if you're in a place where you can do it, you know, but you're weighing your options. But also too, it's like, there is something, how do you feel about it? Yeah, there's something about going off of feelings too, but weighing the situation, the feelings of weighing the situation. And again, the earth is in the background here. Is that the earth? I believe that's the earth. Yeah, and it's way up. So I'm like juggling, but also too like, is she looking at the earth? Let me just make sure. I like to make sure she's kind of not looking. She's kind of looking in the direction, but she's not looking at the earth. But if she were, she'd have an interesting view of the earth. So there's an interesting view of like a more, not even a bird's eye view, like a bigger picture, the bigger picture, what the world really looks like from afar, and how your situation looks from afar on that earth, far away. You know what I'm saying? Like, it puts it in perspective. It puts a lot of stuff in perspective. If you were to go out into space and look at the earth And think about like all the people and animals and creatures and everything on earth, and this and everyone's little lives on earth, and how little, and I don't want to say insignificant, but like compared to the whole, right? And it all ties in. So it's significant, but it's also insignificant. I don't want to sound like I'm being cold, but think about it like it has great meaning, and then it doesn't. Like it's like there's both, right? There's both ways to look at things, and there's something about looking at it from this different perspective, this different way. Again, like there's two different fruits here, an apple and an orange. Usually that's like used when you're describing things that are very different from each other. Interesting. Okay, so there's that. There's a lot going on here, but you are ready for this new adventure in your life. You're definitely reinventing yourself, and you should, but make this cycle of reinvention more vibrant. You're asked to be more vibrant. Collaborative dreaming. Yes, dreaming is important. I feel like there's a lot of spirits coming in, possibly some ancestors. I'm also getting past selves, past and future selves. And also, again, like when I was saying, like all the different people on the earth, when you're looking at it from afar, it could really also be like the internet, collaborative. You could be collaborating with other people on the internet and outside of the internet too. Okay? But yeah, you will be collaborating on some level eventually. If not now, in the future. And that's okay. It'll happen when you're ready. No need to rush it. But be ready, be open for it. I feel like you need to start being more open in some ways. Nothingness. Okay. Nice. Nothingness. This is a journey depth. Okay. So nothingness. Remember when I was saying looking at it from afar and how it's it can be meaningless, it could be meaningful, or it could, there's something there about that nothingness. That different perspective, once you reach that state of like, and going from there, it's definitely a perspective change that you need to start from a blank slate almost in your mind. Threshold. Yeah, there's a threshold you're about to cross. Definitely cleansing. You need to cleanse. It's a cleansing threshold. I'm getting rain or water. It could be something else. Let me just double check here. It's almost like a beaded curtain. But I did get rain. But there's something that you're going through. You're going into a new area, a new life, a new sundering. Oh yeah. See, with that sword, you're something's gonna get cut away. Whoa! A lot of movement there. Yeah, something's gonna get cut away. So there's some negativity or this way of thinking or being that's definitely going to meet its end at this point. It's definitely ending. And again, you're walking into something new, a new threshold, a new way of being. Oh my God, seriously? A new way of being, and I flip it over and it's rebirth. Really? Transformation, rebirth. Yes, that is, yes, this is a reading. You're rebirthing yourself. You just need to get rid of like this old habitual way of thinking and being, and really just reframe the way you're looking at things. There's something about the way you look at things. But regardless, you're being reborn. You're going through another rebirth cycle, which is wonderful. The pay. Yeah, it's going to pay off big time. What? The earth? Really? What was I just saying? What was I just saying about the earth perspective? If you were in space and you saw the earth from far away, it's your perspective. I'm being called out too, like my perspectives. Like, it's understandable. Trust me. The pay. This is like your payday, your payload here. Wow. And your movement is fast. It's like shooting up. It's gonna be, yeah, it's a fiery transformation. It's beautiful. Ooh, the helper. What was I saying? You have a lot of help on the other side. You have something coming in. You always have that spiritual help. Look at that moon. Moon is also played a role here in the first initial cards. Dream work. Definitely getting dreams from the other side. Definitely with this meditation. So you just need to cut something away. Again, you need to change your perspective. The call. Answer the call. You've been hearing the call to have more passion and more vibrancy in your life. And you're really, it's time. Death. Oh, yes, death. Again, with this rebirth. You have this rebirth, death, and rebirth. Something is going to die and something else will be reborn. This is you. This is you, the old you, the new you. And it's going to be beautiful. Oh, this is wonderful. This is really great. If you've been feeling called to really change your life in a better way, you need to savor and enjoy all the greatness that you have in your life. And if you need to get rid of something that's not working for you, it's time. It's time. Returning. Going with the flow. Okay. Star Dragons here. Yeah. Going with the flow. There is an element of that. There's also change here. One second. You're part of the again, this bigger being, right? You're part of, you need to realize that you're part of something bigger and that you have great power. And you need to trust that, and you need to flow with that. And also finding activities that help you flow, like with the dancing and the drumming will help you really contact that flow. Inspiration. Inspiration. You may even want to sketch. Even if you're not the greatest artist in the world, sketching, you know, doing the little line sketches where you just, no one needs to see it. You do it for you. I feel like that might help you too. And this just fell out. On top of returning the flow. Enlightenment, moving forward. Yeah, moving forward. You're moving forward with your life. You're moving forward into this new you. You're moving forward into your inspiration and the goals that you've set for yourself that you need to shed this old way of being for. The light is you're guided. You're being guided by other forces, okay, that's helping you. Choice, understanding consequences. So there is, okay, now remember when you are weighing your feels here, right? Weighing the pros and cons, consequences. This is choice, understanding consequences. Now there's a choice. The choice here for this whole rebirth is, do you keep stuck? Do you keep returning to the old way of being, of your old self, holding on to things that just are draining you and perceiving things to be in a really dark light when they're not, when they're actually really positive, and you're focusing on the negative and it's not helping you? Or do you change and you grow and you evolve and you open and bloom into this beautiful bright new being, and you're being reborn into this beautiful new you? That's the choice here. And if you don't, or if you do, there's going to be consequences, right? And there's different variations of those choices that you can make. Partially letting go, partially moving forward. That's better than nothing, but it'll be slower, right? Independence, carving your own path. Yeah, you're an independent soul. You definitely need to engage your independence more. If you don't already, you probably already do, but if you don't, just engage it more. Again, if there's someone that's holding you back, then you know you can be more independent, then it's that time maybe you'll know if this is for you. Don't make it fit if it doesn't, okay? But even with just negativity in general, you need to, you're an independent person. You don't need that. This could also be the person that's lucky enough to get rid of their job and go out on their own. Nice. again, it's very beautiful. There's a lot of promise here. There's a lot of, it's a new beginning. There's a lot of rebirth. You've been called. Spirits have been calling you, and you may have felt it, but you may have also been ignoring it too, because you're so caught up with this way of thinking that you're so attached to, right? But it's time. It's time to move forward. It's time to let go of this old negative cycling through and holding on to things that no longer suit your view. You're ready to transform.